I'm Steve Delaney, and I'm 37.
And I'm Aaron Barbarix, and I am 35. And the store is the laboratory.
My name's Dave Derby. I'm from Pittman, New Jersey, and I work at a children's wear. That's the store that we work at. There's about 7 locations, and this store is located right here in Deptford.
The business is Grove Hardware and Home Supply. 4th generation. We've been here for 60 years, and I'm 46 years old.
This town is awesome for business. When I used to work in Kids R Us before they went out of business, the store that was basically right down the street from here, which is where I want to get our store again, because it's a big, huge store, did awesome. They were not the store that put Kids R Us out of business. We have a history. My father used to actually be the salesman to the owner of this business, okay? And he's now retired. He used to work for Carter's. And that's how the owner of this business, who was the son, the original owner was the father of the son. And the son has taken over the business since the father's passed away. So basically he's been doing this for the longest time. I mean, he's known me since I was like this high, and they used to, back in the day, they used to talk about me playing baseball when I was a little kid. So yeah, so that's pretty much, so that's basically how I got hooked up with this job. I used to work for him about 13, I guess when I was I'm 33 now, so I guess I was around 22, 23 when I started working with him. That's how I got into retail. Worked for him for about 3.5 years, went over to Kids R Us, and then jumped back into it. People love to come here. It's been a benefit, I think, always to try to stay in a location like this. The challenge is always going up against the big box retailers. But in the long run, I would just make something clear, and for the people that are out there who possibly might even listen to this, that you really want to try hard to take care of your small businesses, because even though we're small, we might not have as much stuff, and these big boxes are doing well, and we don't want to put them out of business either, because we know they help. You're taking care of families and the people around us, the small companies. You're taking care of these families who are really working hard to keep the businesses alive.
It's like a slow and steady upward climb. We're clawing our way out of the pit of opening expenses, but each month seems to be a next plateau above the last month.
And there's other independent music stores in the region, a few towns over and stuff, but they're not really the same kind of operation as we are, so they may not count so much. Our biggest competition is really big chains that aren't around here.
Look at how they got gorgeous guitars in there. Walmart ain't gonna sell a guitar like that.
We have a lot of customers that come in because they don't like how they get treated at those stores, so we definitely have a loyal clientele because we're here and we know their names and they know us and our staff, and feel real comfortable here. We don't rush them out the door or anything like that. So
I don't think it's more difficult. I just think it's a different strategy. Just like the big chains do, we have to be diverse. So we sell online to people who won't come in and meet us face to face, and it's just transactional business. But the area where I think we have a distinct advantage is we make an effort, and we encourage all of our employees to make an effort to know the customers by name and greet them that way and make them feel like a guest. And I think a sign that has been always kind of gratifying to me that we're doing well with that is that people seem to express a sort of gratitude to us. They don't just say, thanks, have a nice day. They like will go as far as saying thanks for having this store. Like they seem to really feel like finally a place where musicians come in and they're greeted by musicians who are real people out there in the field doing it, and not just some kind of big box store model that caters to getting as many dollars in the drawer as possible.
We've been here for 60 years, so we've got I'm the fourth generation. So we've done Heckingers, they've come and gone. Channel's come and gone. Home Depot's here, and when Lowe's came in, they were laughing about they weren't here for us. So that's what they do. They pick 5 miles and they open next to them. My mother is from Westfield Grove, and when this business opened, there was apartments above it, and my great-grandfather who opened it lived above it. So we've been here all of our lives.
It might be. I mean, I think it's pretty well documented, like the big box stores like Home Depot and Lowe's did to your independent hardware stores. They didn't do so well. But that was kind of earlier on in the history of these things happening, and I think now like independent business owners are a little bit more prepared to deal with that. They can sort of brace themselves by differentiating what they're offering, the services they have, that kind of thing. So they'll just learn from their history a little bit, maybe.
I believe that the township and the committees like the big businesses with the big tax properties and all the big stuff, as opposed to small businesses. I think they strive for big business. I could be wrong, but that's my opinion.
Like if we call this mall, this area around the mall, a shopping district or whatever, which is I guess that's what you call it. Every big business that comes in here will help bring more traffic into it. So in some ways, that's got to be a positive. And I mean, for us specifically, Walmart, this is kind of a niche industry, and they have tried a few times to get into instruments and all, but they generally do a really bad job of it. So I don't feel like we're losing a lot of sales there anyway, for us personally. But a clothing store, like a children's clothing store, his opinion might be a little bit different.